I'll introduce them a little later. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I would ask you to please rise if you're able for the entrance of His Honor, the Honorable Mike Savage, Lieutenant Governor of Nova Scotia. Thank you. Please be seated. Your Honor, Her Honor, Minister Gross, Senator Ince, MLA Rankin, MLA Hanson, MLA McGowan. I see the Chief of Police back there, Mr. McLean. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. Welcome and good morning, everybody. Thank you and welcome to the 2026 Emancipation Day flag raising and proclamation here in the province of Nova Scotia. My name is Tracy Thomas, and I'm the Deputy Minister of African Nova Scotian Affairs and the Office of Equity and Anti-Racism. I would like to begin by acknowledging that the land upon which we work, live, and gather is Mi'kma'ki, the traditional territory and ancestral homeland of the Mi'kmaq people. Our relationship is based on a series of sacred and historic peace and friendship treaties. We pay respect to the Mi'kmaq people and recognize in Nova Scotia we are all treaty people. I also want to recognize the contributions of those who did not come to explore, to conquer, or possess the land. They came to Mi'kma'ki, some by force, some others seeking freedom and independence. African Nova Scotians have been here for over 400 years, and from that time on, they have contributed to the infrastructure and economic wealth of the towns and cities they helped to build, but from which they could not benefit. Let us endeavor to honor and offer gratitude to those ancestors of African descent who came before us to this land. Thank you. Today, as I mentioned, we are here to recognize Emancipation Day in Nova Scotia, a day recognized around the world as the anniversary of the British Parliament's decision to abolish slavery across its empire in 1834. The Slavery Abolition Act of 1833, which came into effect the following year, legislated the freedom of about 800,000 enslaved people of African descent throughout the British colonies. On April 13th, 2021, Nova Scotia officially recognized August 1st as Emancipation Day, and for the past 5 years, we have held commemorative events to honor that day. Emancipation Day reminds us that this history is not distant. The legacy of slavery continues to shape the present. It is a day to honor the strength of African Nova Scotians and people of African descent while renewing our collective commitment to a more just and equitable future. Now, to start the program, I would like to invite Owen Lee to the mic, who will sing O Canada and the Black National Anthem.
Can we please stand? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Thank you, Owen. Just a little bit about Owen. Owen, O-Sound Lee, is an artist, musician from Toronto, Ontario, with Jamaican heritage that he holds with pride. Since moving to Nova Scotia in 2014, O-Sound has made notable strides within the provincial music scene. He is the current musical director of Emmanuel Baptist Church in Upper Hammonds Plains, the former director of the Nova Scotia Mass Choir from 2014 to 2019, and the former musical director of CBC's East Coast Music Hour and current keyboardist for the multi-platinum selling artist Classified. Thank you, Owen. And earlier when we were coming in, you would have heard the energetic drumming from the Drummers from Home. I do want to introduce you to the Drummers from Home as well. It's a unique collective of individuals who have come together out of their love of African and world beat rhythms. Over the years, the group have developed a unique chemistry and works hard to improve the various backgrounds and personalities of the players. Joining us today were Khalifa Jalal Hamilton. He's the youngest member of the group. Born and raised in Nova Scotia, he began playing the djembe at age 5 with his father Wayne, who was also a member of the group. Khalifa has a dynamic percussionist style and pushes the others to play over and under the rhythmic beats. Robert Leake, originally from New Brunswick, Robert brings strong Caribbean and African rhythms to the group. His spacing and accents give creativity to our playing list. And then there's Ayo Aladajebi, has been drumming since he was a youngster in Nigeria. His drumming has strong Yoruba roots. Ayo helps to anchor many of the compositions with polyrhythmic beats. And then, did I see Sobaz? Yes, okay. Yeah, the Sobaz was born in Grenada, but now calls Halifax home after living in the UK for some time. Sobaz has added depth to the fifth drummer, with strong tenor and tempo lines. And last but not least is Wayne Hamilton, one of the founding members of Drummers from Home. Wayne played drums and percussion in Halifax for several music projects. He brings a foundation and direction to the ensemble. Thank you again, Drummers from Home. Thank you for being here and for providing us with that entertainment. So now it is my pleasure to welcome to the stage His Honor, the Honorable Mike Savage, Lieutenant Governor of Nova Scotia, to bring remarks, followed directly by Her Honor, the Minister Twyla Gross, Minister of African Nova Scotian Affairs, to bring remarks on behalf of the Premier and read the proclamation.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's a great pleasure to be here, Minister. I get to see you all over the province at different events. It's wonderful to see you here in one of your natural habitats. MLAs, Ian and Susie, Brad, and perhaps others. It's great to see the RCMP, Captain Fortin of the Navy, and others. Thank you for being here today as well. And so many distinguished folks. It is really a pleasure for Darlene and I to be here. As the King's representative in Nova Scotia, it's a privilege to join for this Provincial Emancipation Day flag raising. Oh, Donnie, I didn't mention, where's Donnie? Chief. I'm proud to say that I had a hand in appointing the first interim African Nova Scotian police chief and the first full-time African Nova Scotian police chief in Halifax. It wasn't a hard choice. Donnie made it very easy. It's always good to see you, my friend. À titre de représentant du roi Nouvelle-Écosse, c'est un privilège de me joindre à vous aujourd'hui à l'occasion de cette cérémonie provinciale de levée de drapeau de la journée de l'émancipation. Today, we gather not just to remember a significant moment in history, but also to reflect on what history asks us of us today. On August 1st, 1834, the Slavery Abolition Act came into effect across much of the British Empire, bringing an end to the legal enslavement of more than 800,000 people. A landmark achievement, but not the end of the story. Freedom was won through courage, determination, and perseverance of generations of people who refused to accept injustice, who demanded recognition of their own humanity. In Nova Scotia, that story has deep roots. For more than 400 years, people of African descent have helped shape this province, building communities, establishing churches, businesses, serving their country, enriching our culture, and strengthening our economy. Their contributions are woven into the story of this province itself. Yet Emancipation Day also reminds us that history is not something confined to textbooks or museums. The legacy of slavery continues to influence lives and communities today, including our own community, which has been the victim of systemic racism for its history. Understanding that history allows us to better understand one another also challenges us to continue building a society grounded in fairness and opportunity and respect. That is why Nova Scotia's recognition of Emancipation Day is truly important. It creates space for learning, dialogue, and reflection. It encourages us to acknowledge difficult truths while also celebrating the resilience, achievements, and leadership of African Nova Scotians. As I travel the province and see the minister quite a bit, I am encouraged by the many young people who participate in events such as this. Their presence reminds us that the work of understanding our history and strengthening our communities belongs to all generations. Through education, conversation, and shared experience, we can ensure that the lessons of the past continue to guide us towards a better future. In a few moments, we will raise the Emancipation Day flag. Flags tell stories. They represent values, ideals, and aspirations. Today, this flag stands as a symbol of remembrance for those who suffered under slavery, recognition of the enduring contributions of people of African descent, and hope for a future where every person is valued and respected. As it rises above us, may it remind us of how far we have come, how much has been achieved through courage and perseverance, but also how important it is that we continue to move forward together. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this and for helping to ensure that the stories, struggles, and successes that shape this day are never forgotten. Thank you, Deputy Minister Tracy. Thank you all for being here today. And I got to close with a comment about my old buddy, Senator Tony Ince. Good to see you in this role, sir. I remember we used to call each other brothers from another mother. I don't know if we can still do that anymore. It's great to see you. It's great to see you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Walaliak, merci beaucoup.
Good morning. Your Honor, the Honorable Mike Savage, Lieutenant Governor of Nova Scotia, Her Honor, Darlene Savage, Minister Ince, MLA McGowan, MLA Fader, MLA Hansen, MLA Rankin, distinguished guests, elders, community leaders, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Premier of Nova Scotia and the Government of Nova Scotia, it is my privilege to welcome you as we gather to mark Emancipation Day 2026. Today is a day that calls on us to tell the truth about our shared past, to acknowledge that the history of slavery is not someone else's history. It is part of Nova Scotia's history. People of African descent endured enslavement, injustice, and discrimination, and the pursuit of freedom, dignity, and equality has never been easy. It came at a profound human cost, a legacy that has carried through generations and whose impact is still felt today. Acknowledging that truth allows us to better understand our past as Canadians, but history is not simply something we inherit. It is something we choose to remember, to honor, and to learn from. That is why Emancipation Day matters. It reminds us that freedom is not only a moment in history, it is an ongoing responsibility. It challenges us to ensure that the stories, the experiences, and contributions of African Nova Scotian people and people of African descent are not only remembered, but recognized as an essential part of Nova Scotia's history. It is woven into the foundation of this province through resilience, leadership, innovation, culture, and community, recognizing that the truth enriches all of us and strengthens our collective future. That is why it is my honor, on behalf of Premier Tim Houston, to read this year's proclamation. Whereas people of African descent were enslaved in what is now Canada, including Nova Scotia, and Emancipation Day provides an opportunity to remember this history and its significance for our province. And whereas on August 1st, 1834, the Slavery Abolition Act came into force across the British Empire, marking an important milestone in the long struggle for freedom, dignity, and human rights. And whereas Emancipation Day provides an opportunity to honor the resilience of African Nova Scotians and people of African descent, and recognize their enduring contribution to the growth, diversity, and prosperity of our province. Therefore, I, Tim Houston, Premier of Nova Scotia, do hereby proclaim August 1st, 2026 as Emancipation Day in the province of Nova Scotia, and encourage all Nova Scotians to reflect on the significance of this day and to take part in commemorative events held across the province.
Thank you, His Honor. Thank you, Minister Gross. So I know it seems like it's a quick program, but before I do close out the program, I want to thank His Honor, Minister Gross, the drummers from home, Owen Lee, and everyone here today, and those tuning in online for your presence and choosing to spend your time with us today. I also want to say a big thank you to the staff, the ANSA staff. They're looking so beautiful in the back there with everybody in their sashes, and they're greeting you this morning. As you know, it takes many hands to make light work, and so it really is a big team effort to pull off an event like this. I also want to thank our collaborative partner, the Black Cultural Center. I know Russell is here, who's streaming it live. Thank you, Russell, who's streaming it live stream for us for the Black Cultural Center. And the Black Cultural Center is also hosting the Community Emancipation Day celebration tomorrow down at the waterfront at 11 o'clock. Hopefully we'll see you all there as well. So now, before we rise for the departure of His Honor, I want to invite everyone present here today to join us outside for the flag raising of the Pan-African flag. So now, without further ado, Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the departure of His Honor, the Honorable Mike Savage, Lieutenant Governor of Nova Scotia, and Her Honor, Miss Darlene Savage. Okay. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. And if you can follow the drummers, they're going to lead us out to the flag raising where Minister Gross and His Honor will raise the flag. Thank you. I see Io Russian.